Real life cheat codes, like things that get you out of stuff or make life easy. You came across a list of these, and the one you just told me off air, I'm like, okay, that is a really, that's...
It's not mine, but it works, is diarrhea gets you out of anything. No one's going to question it. You know, when you got to go, you got to go. So you're welcome,
It's
everyone.
one of those things where we've all been there,
Yes.
right? And everybody can have sympathy for you if that's your excuse to not show up for something or to be late or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Mine is, however, confidence. That can get you super far. If you're confident, if you act like you know where you're going or doing, it can get you really far in life, even if you don't.
Oh,
I've learned that.
100%.
So,
like if you act, that everybody talks about that. If you act like you know what you're doing, you can get yourself into just about anywhere or anything.
Do you know how many times I've gotten down into a pit of a concert without tickets because I was confident?
Yeah, you just walked
with
in
my
like,
friends.
here we go.
You gotta act like you know where you're going. Doesn't work every time, but it helps.
Can I tell you my real life cheat code that seems to work?
Yes, please do.
So it's around flying. You know, I fly a lot, right?
Yes, CIA, yep. Mm-hmm.
So here's what you do. So if you're going to fly somewhere, we just did this when we went on spring break to Florida, right? We flew to Florida and then went on our cruise from there. We flew on Southwest. Mm-hmm. We booked a late flight, like a night flight out of Columbus because it was super cheap down to Orlando. But then the day of the flight, we put ourselves on same day standby. There was a direct flight at like 11 a.m. out of Columbus that was, I don't know, it was twice the cost of the one we originally booked. But we got on same day standby and said, hey, we want to try to get on this one. And they got us on it with no problem. So we paid half price for the flight that we actually wanted. Boom.
So I told my mom about this and her mind was blown. She was like, what? It actually worked. And I was like, yeah. She goes, we might have to try that.
Doesn't work all the time. You may end up sitting in the airport for 5 hours or 8 hours or something.
How do you know if the flights are booked? How can you look that up?
You can go on, like with Southwest, not every airline's this way, but you can go on the day of and it'll say, like the one we wanted was an 11 a.m. flight and we were booked for the 9 p.m. We went on that morning and it said the 11 a.m. flight had 28 seats open. It tells you right there.
That's amazing to me. Yours is much cooler than mine.
No, yours is good too. I guess you can use confidence and just walk straight through TSA and get on the flight.
Yeah, why don't you try that, Kirsch, and let me know. Actually, no, you would be the one to be able to get through. So,
like, I'm on this flight. They're like, oh, okay.
Who are you? You should know who I am.
That's my real life cheat code.
So that's amazing. And I'm so happy you actually shared that because now more people will do it and then they'll just stop making it a thing. All because of you.
You know what? And then they're going to take all my seats that I want. No, please don't anybody else do that.
Just use diarrhea, always.
Use diarrhea, always. I love when we go into breaks like this, Emily, because I have legitimately no idea what we're about to talk about. It's Classic Hit Country, 103.9 The Maverick. Gonna give you
what are we talking about?
Gonna give you a little peek behind the scenes here. So Emily and I organize the show every day on a Google Doc. So we kind of know what we're gonna talk about, or here's something we want to plug in here, plug in there, whatever. And it just says, for right now, it says it's been 1 year, and I don't have any idea what that means.
It has been 1 year since the chair incident. The alleged chair incident with Morgan Wallen at Eric Church's bar.
Oh, that was a year ago?
That was a year ago. And I'm saying that because like it's one of those things. Wait, that's only been a year? Because, we kept hearing about it forever. We're still talking about it. Eric Church has the little chairs that come with a drink now.
Right.
Yes. But this is where I really want your opinion. Okay. Morgan Wallen was just on Theo Von's podcast because, they're besties, right?
Right.
And he said that he has been avoiding bars since the chair incident. I don't know if I believe that. Do you?
Yeah.
I think there's enough Morgan Wallen lookalikes around Nashville that you would never know if he has or not.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody looks like Morgan Wallen now.
Yes. Or he's just drinking at home like the rest of us.
I think that's what he's doing. Mrs. Kirsch and I were just talking about him over the weekend. And he's just a guy, after the SNL thing where he walked off Saturday Night Live at the end and everybody's like, what was he do? And then he posted that whole thing on socials.
Diarrhea.
Like, he said, got to get me back to God's country and whatever.
Yeah.
I just think this guy has a real hard time acting in a civil way. Like,
See, I think he's calculated. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. He has an album coming out, and this gets people talking, which it is. We're still talking about the God's Country thing. His album, he is very, and you know what I've noticed too? Every time CRS, the country radio seminar, is going on, he announces something. He might be more calculated than T Swift. Honestly.
That's an interesting take on it.
I give it to him because he's smart. He capitalizes on things, and I mean, as he, I guess, should, but yeah, his album comes out, in a couple weeks?
It's you know what, he's kind of in that, if that's the case, I'm going to put him, T Swift is that way. You know who's that way too? Love him or hate him, Donald Trump is that way.
Yes,
right?
Yep, you're
super calculated. Usually what he does, it's any publicity is good publicity. So maybe he's in that crowd. He's in that club.
Lots of memes are about he's now selling merch, which actually it looks really cool. I kind of want some. And I mean, yeah, his album will be number one forever because, just watch.
We need to start behaving badly.
I mean, do we? Because we're not like Morgan Wallen famous yet. So
because we don't behave badly.
Well, you know what? I just think that our raw talent and connection for the show is going to get us somewhere. And then we can maybe behave badly.
I like that thought, but I think you should try swearing on air. We're going to talk about, where's my music?
I don't know where it is. You're pushing the buttons.
There it is.
We are talking about this new dating trend, which you and I don't agree with, called loud dating.
No, loud looking.
No, loud looking. You're right. Sorry. I just think this is so ridiculous that I was trying to rebrand it. It's all about being bold and clear about what you want in your dating profile. So I don't know. Isn't that just called like what I'm looking for and not going to settle for?
Well, what do people usually put in dating profiles? So you and I have talked about this a bunch, where it's like we ended up in relationships and married before dating apps and things like that came along. You tried them, you said, and it was just a mess. But what do people usually put in there? Are they putting on a fake facade, like who they think people will want them to be?
Yes, a lot of them do, like Jesus lover, love, just looking to settle down, that kind of stuff. I'm trying to see if I can find an example of one.
So loud looking is being very upfront, like, hey, I'm looking for something casual. I don't want a relationship. Let's just go out and have some fun.
At least you're honest there, right?
Okay.
I guess. I mean, you can't get mad at someone who's honest about that.
The older I get, the more I appreciate people that don't waste my time. And I feel like that's kind of how this here is, putting a clear message out there about what you really want in an effort to waste less time with mismatched expectations. I think that's perfect. If I was single and looking for somebody, I'd want them to just be very upfront with me.
Yes. Or, I mean, like, if you're married and you guys go that way, just be honest about it.
Wow. Okay.
I've seen that a lot in these groups that I'm in. And that's not bad.
Hold on.
So I'm in these groups that like to, help my single friends out that make sure they're not dating the same guy, right? And a lot of them are sadly married on dating profiles. But there are some that are very honest about it, apparently.
Okay.
That they are married and looking for it, or some who are just like, their wives don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean,
I thought you were going, you're like, I've seen a lot of this in these groups that I'm a part of. I was like, holy smokes.
I heard it after it came out of my mouth, but no, that's what I mean. So I just called this honesty. We should just not give a name for everything.
And look, if that's the kind of thing you get into, no judgment whatsoever. I just didn't expect it from you.
Oh my gosh, we're not like that, okay?
Like with all these groups I'm a part of.
No, I'm looking out for my single friends to make sure they're not dating some bozos.
They probably are. I know most of your single friends.
Thank you. You're not, You're not wrong.
All right.
I'm just trying to help, okay?
Okay, so give me your phone real quick. I want to scroll through some of these groups that you're a part of. They sound really exciting. It's Kirsch and Emily. Early this morning, she hit me with this story, and I was like, you know what?
You shook your head a lot like you are right now. So I
shook my head at this. Let me just put it this way. Let me do a disclaimer. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
Portions of this broadcast may not be suitable for younger listeners.
Yeah, that's actually really appropriate. I'm so glad you said that. Thank you. And so Jessica Simpson has a little hack for you for a better singing voice.
Because Jessica Simpson is who we should all be taking advice from.
Look, that girl is smart, okay? I mean, maybe not for this story I'm about to tell you, but she is a smart businesswoman. I'll give her that. Okay.
And what everybody knows her for being such a wonderful singer.
She's a really good singer.
She's okay. All right.
Well,
So
anyway, it's about to get better because of this hack. She said that snake sperm has improved her singing. Her vocal coach recommended she start drinking a Chinese herb thing that she revealed.
Hold on.
The special beverage
Mom.
has some unconventional ingredients, but thinks she's experiencing the benefits of snake sperm.
Mom, I just want to apologize. If you're listening on the app over in Pittsburgh right now, you sent me to the esteemed Bowling Green State University for 4 years to study broadcasting and communications so I could get on air with Emily and what?
Yes. So if you want a good vocal, you got to drink that snake sperm. And it's like honey, apparently. That's good for your voice.
Right? I mean, come on. We all knew that.
I have lots of questions, but I know we were joking this past weekend about trying different things, but I'm not trying this.
No, not trying. Well,
so I'm going to let you know that right now.
Here's my question on this one. Like, who's the first person who was like, you know what? I really want to improve my vocals, my singing voice. So, I could try honey, or I could try like a warm throat tea or something like that. Or bring that snake over here. Bring him. Yeah, like, what?
You're right. I want to know how this came about, but I also don't want that in my Google history. So I'm good on researching that. Yeah. Well, your face right now it's so funny.
I wish we were on TV. That's seriously how my face feels.
At least she's being honest, I guess.
Let's just chalk this up as one more bad decision that Jessica Simpson has made.
What other bad decisions has she made?
Nick Lachey.
Okay. That's fair. You're right. But
you thought I wasn't going to come up with anything.
I thought you were going to say, who was that guy she dated? Tony Romo?
Dukes of Hazzard movie.
That was actually a really good movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was.
Yes. Okay. Anyways. Yes. Snake sperm. Vocal for your voice. If you're looking to audition for American Idol, there's your key.
Should we just move on?
Yes.
I think we should. It's classic hit country 103.9 The Maverick.
So, Kirsch, I had this conversation with my husband, and I need your opinion on this because he makes me feel like I'm crazy. Okay. So we're watching 19.
Seems like a lot of the men in your life make you feel like you're crazy.
So my husband's watching 1923. I think it's like the prequel to Yellowstone. And look, I'm a spoiler girly. Like, give me all the spoilers. I don't care. It's not going to ruin it for me. Okay.
Okay.
But I asked him because I kept seeing, I was like, who died in 1923? And he said, I don't know. A lot of people died. Wait, no, don't you dare spoil that for me. And I was like, oh, okay. But how long is it allowed to wait before you spoil something? And also, just a side note, don't you get mad when people tell you the spoiler, like they say spoiler alert after they've already spoiled it?
Oh, so yeah, this happened. Oh, spoiler alert.
Yes. But like, how long is too long, or how long is appropriate? I need to know.
I have questions in order to answer that. I did not watch Yellowstone. I don't know what 1923 is. So 1923 is the prequel to Yellowstone?
Yes, it's with Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, I believe.
Okay, so there are characters, just so I understand, there are characters in Yellowstone who are dead in 1923?
No, so 1923 is like, I think it's like John, what's his name? John Sutton, Hutton, no, John something. But Kevin Costner, it's his family in 1923.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's like a prequel, like how they became the Dutton family.
So there are people in 1923 who are dead in Yellowstone?
Yes.
Okay, I got you. Sorry, I was so lost because I've never watched either.
I might be messing it up, but regardless, I've just been seeing articles about, oh my gosh, the second finale. I can't believe this person died. I didn't click it, so that's why I asked him who died.
See, this is why you guys just need to watch stuff together.
No, that's a whole other thing. But I don't know. How long is the right time?
How long's 1923 been out?
No, like the finale just aired.
Okay.
Like the other day.
So it's been out for what, 6 months?
Sure, I don't know.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to yeah, I mean, if the finale just aired the other day, give it a little time.
Okay, but how long?
I don't know, 6 months.
I do this all the time with things, 6 months.
6 months.
I need to know people's opinions on how long is too soon or long. What's the right amount of time for spoiler alerts?
6 months. I'm going to put 6 months on it.
Okay. Wow. You really make people wait, huh? I give them like maybe a week. I'll give you a week.
People are busy, Emily. They don't have time to catch up on that in a week.
To find out what happens, okay?
I've still been watching The Blacklist. I'm 9 episodes in, and it's taken me about 2.5 years.
It's killing me right now because I'd love to tell you what happened.
Go ahead. I don't care. I'll still watch it eventually.
See, so you live for spoilers.
I don't really care. It's what it is. I'm Kirsch. There's Emily. Thanks for starting your morning with us. Emily's got the list of classy or trashy she wants to go through. What is this?
I want to know if you think that these 5 things make you either classy or kind of trashy. Okay?
Have you ever seen the thing where it's like things that are classy for rich people but trashy for poor people?
Yes, and these are probably it, actually.
Okay, so let's see if these are those. You just want to know if I think these are classy or trashy?
Yes. So bragging about financial status. Classy or trashy?
I would say I would say trashy. It depends on who you're talking to. Like, if you're super rich and you're with your super rich friends and you're all talking about your yachts and your investments and that kind of stuff, that's fine. But you know what? Okay, I will tell you the richest person I know is without question one of the most humble people I've ever met. So, I'm going to go with trashy.
Okay, I agree. It is trashy. TMI health details.
You've been talking to my mom lately?
No, I haven't. Why? Because
that's the story.
I think I don't even overshare health details. Because I feel like I can overshare some things, don't get me wrong, but not that. I think that's kind of trashy.
Yeah, it depends on how gross they are. I mean, if somebody's like, oh, I've got a sinus infection, okay, cool. But, it depends on where the health issue is, whether it's classy or trashy. If it's a sinus infection, sure, no problem. If it's hemorrhoids, that's a different story.
Okay, that's fair. Now, this one is personal grudges. So when you're somewhere and you let your personal grudge against someone affect you, in how you're behaving. Is that
what?
Or because I think there's a fine line. You can be professional, but at the same time, be like, no, I don't like you. I'm keeping you at a distance.
I don't know if that's classy or trashy. That's just, hey,
kind of in the middle for me.
Yeah, kind of in the middle.
Yeah. Okay, what about braggy facts? What do you think?
It depends.
Because I'm all about if I achieve a milestone, I'm gonna brag about it. I don't really care. So I guess that
For me, being too braggy, that's why I hate LinkedIn, because everybody is on LinkedIn and it's always just people.
It is, yeah.
Oh, just look. I'm so humbled to announce that I won that. Okay, stop. Here's where braggy facts for me are trashy. When I'm going to brag about me to you. But when it's
just you and not thank anyone else, or
no. I'm going to tell you how great I am. I'm the number one morning show in Columbus, blah blah blah, because I'm so thin. That's braggy and trashy to me. But if it's
all my famous friends
bragging on someone, oh, I can't believe my wife did so well in her last marathon. I can't believe my daughter did so well in this soccer tournament. Bragging about someone else is a different story. I think that's classy.
Yes, you're right. And yes, bragging about yourself or look who I hang out with.
Right.
That's kind of trashy.
Yeah.
Over the top feelings.
Give me an example.
Okay, so the way I love Bret Michaels. Am I trashy? Okay, well, that's a bad example.
Well, we're just going to leave it at that. Yes, you are. You love Bret Michaels, and that is trashy. Well, let's see how you do on this one, Emily. Consumer Reports just came out with their different categories of products and determined which brands have the highest customer loyalty. So I'm going to give you a bunch of different categories, and I'm going to see if you can guess who took the top spot when it comes to customer loyalty.
Go.
All right, it's Kirsch and Emily, Classic Hit Country, 103.9 The Maverick. Let's start with what brand of smartphone do you think has the highest loyalty among customers?
iPhone.
No.
Is it Android?
Well, Samsung specifically.
Samsung, yeah. Wow, not Apple? Wow.
No, Samsung took the number one spot on there. That was the one that probably surprised me the most.
Yeah, it's surprising me right now.
All right, social media platform.
TikTok.
TikTok was number one, had the most loyalty. Online retailer.
Amazon.
Amazon was number one. Streaming service. What about streaming service?
Ooh, that one's hard. I want to say Hulu.
Netflix.
Really?
Netflix had the highest customer loyalty. They looked at all of the different streaming services and which one would be most likely to be canceled if somebody was going to cancel one. And Netflix scored the highest on not going to cancel it.
You know what the first probably was on canceling? Paramount Plus, because it's the worst.
It is, pretty much.
Okay. Anyway,
what about pizza? Pizza brand.
I'm feeling Little Caesars for some reason.
I was kind of surprised it's Domino's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Domino's had the highest customer loyalty. Coffee. What do you think? Coffee. Starbucks was number one there. Overall car brand, what would be your best guess?
It's not Tesla.
It's not Tesla right now.
I'm going to go with Chevy.
Ford was number one on customer loyalty. Last three, theme parks or entertainment.
Universal.
Disney parks had the highest customer loyalty.
Wow, I don't buy that one bit.
Disney parks. Home improvement store.
Home Depot.
Lowe's.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lowe's had the highest customer loyalty. Last one on the list was soft drink.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, numero uno on here.
Yep. Okay, well, I got like a half.
Which one surprised you the most?
The pizza.
The Domino's being the highest customer loyalty?
Yeah, I thought I was really going to get it with that Little Caesars.
I think the smartphone is what surprised me the most, because iPhone people are very, very loyal to their iPhones, but apparently Samsung people are even more loyal.
I have to admit, I think there was something I tried to do the other day, and I was like, Kirsch wouldn't have this problem with his Android.
Yep. Me and my green text and all my cool functions and features.
I really love when you rub it in my face.
Good job there. Anyhow.
I tried.
Every time we bring up TikTok, you keep saying that you're trying. And I don't know what that means. It's Kirsch and Emyle, Classic Hit Country 103.9 The Maverick.
I'm trying to use it. I'm trying to learn it. There's just a lot to it. Also, it's time consuming. Okay. But I know if I post every day, it'll pay off, hopefully. But it's just, there's a lot to it. Okay. And just, it changes all the time. And I know that some people are even getting like flagged now for reasons they shouldn't be. My friend was holding an energy drink and got flagged for promoting alcohol.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So it's weird now. Okay. Instagram is a safe space. Can we just all go back there?
I don't know about that, but okay. I'll give you that. What about watching TikTok videos? Do you get on there and search for stuff?
Oh, it time sucks me all the time.
Yeah.
And I can't. This is one of the reasons I didn't want to get on TikTok. However, if our show goes viral, I guess it'll be worth it. Maybe we could just hire a social media person then.
We could hire you to do that.
Us.
You need to add some more stuff into your life, I think.
But let's get to the real question here, Kirsch. Okay. Why won't you do the TikTok trends with me?
Because I'm 6'4", I'm a 40-something white guy, and you don't want to see somebody like me dance.
Other morning shows do it. I don't understand why we can't.
And we rip on them every time we see it.
No, we do. We do. So never mind.
Yeah. New research shows that younger generations are turning to TikTok instead of Google to learn about subjects, too, to get information. So it's growing, and the ban has...
That's so scary.
Right,
That is so terrifying. Okay. Look, Googling things is a rabbit hole on its own, but at least it backs it up with factual or like not factual. At least it gives you links of where the information comes from.
And you can decide whether you believe it or not. Yeah, well, decide whether you believe TikTok.
No. That's terrifying.
Yeah, the ban's been pushed back a little bit, so we're stuck with TikTok for a little while longer.
I was thinking about this when I saw some ridiculous TikTok advice thing. I was like, I kind of want to give ridiculous advice and see if it goes viral.
Probably would.
Yeah, and just like somewhere put a disclaimer, I guess. But I would also feel bad if someone tried that and it didn't work.
And it hurt them or something like that, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, well, I'll still think of ways for our show to go viral on TikTok. Don't you worry.
She's got to go best 3 out of 5 in order to win. And you've chosen 1990s trivia as your topic for the week.
Yes, I am ready. Let's go.
Let's go. Best out of 5, 1990s trivia with Kirsch and Emyle. Your first question today. In the 1990s, Taco Bell had a famous commercial featuring a Chihuahua dog. His famous phrase was A. Necesito más tacos. B. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Or C. Taco Bell, muy delicioso.
Ooh, I think it was a B.
Yo quiero Taco Bell?
Yeah, I think it was C. Oh, it was B. Oh my gosh, you had me.
It was B. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah,
Very good. Okay, you're on your way to a win. Okay, number 2 on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Where was Will Smith born and raised? Was it A,
Philadelphia, born and raised.
North Atlanta, B, West Philadelphia, or C, East Cleveland?
I just sang it to you.
I know, you got West Philadelphia. Okay, this one I think you're going to get no problem. What actress made her debut as a rollerblading teen in the 1995 movie Clueless? Was it A, Alicia Silverstone, B, Sarah Michelle Gellar, C, Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Alicia. Cher was my girl.
Look at you. You already went 3 out of 5, so all the yeses are winning today. Let's do the last 2. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Number 4, Major League Soccer debuted in 1996 in the United States. Which of the following teams was one of the original 10? Was it A, the Columbus Crew, B, Austin FC, or C, FC Cincinnati?
It was the Crew, wasn't it?
4 out of 5 so far. Let's see if you can go 5 out of 5 on Traffic Jam Trivia. Okay, number 5. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Oh my gosh, I love that game.
Carmen Sandiego was famous for wearing which of the following items? A, a monocle, B, a talking watch, or C, a trench coat?
Trench coat, man. Where is Carmen Sandiego at?
You just nailed 5 out of 5.
Yeah, you made those real easy.
I did, I know. I figured I'd have some fun with it, though. And you got so excited every time I asked one. You're like, I know the answer. I don't even need multiple choice. But I gave it to you anyhow.
I appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you. I'll take my prize now, which is actually giving it away to someone.